Hi everyone, so this is the first video in the series of REST API using Spring Boot and MySQL. In this video we will learn what is Spring Boot and why we use it. So according to the official definition of Spring Boot, which you can find on the official website of Spring Boot, that is spring.io, Spring Boot makes it easy to create standalone production grade Spring based application that you can just run, which means you can create standalone Spring application which are production based. In the previous versions of Spring Framework, there is a lot of boilerplate code and it takes a lot of time and efforts to simply create a project and run it. But in case of Spring Boot, you can simply create a project and run that project within a minute. So that is the beauty of Spring Boot and that's why it is so popular. So apart from it, we have other benefits that we get out of Spring Boot. So let's discuss those benefits one by one. So the first point is it is used to create standalone Spring application. The second point is embedded Tomcat. Yes, Spring Boot comes with an embedded Tomcat. So the application can be deployed on that Tomcat without including some external Tomcat. The third point is it provides opinionated starter, which means most of the time we all are working the same thing. So we can create the project with a common way or a common architecture, and if we want to customize that, we can customize that later. So it gives us a base config, a set of config or a base platform on top of which we can develop our application. Then the fourth point is auto configuration. Yes, this is the most powerful thing about Spring Boot is it is auto configured, which means most of the configurations the Spring Boot will take care by itself. You don't have to provide the configuration. Just you have to provide the dependencies for some libraries, and if you want to customize the configuration, in that case you have to provide the configuration. Otherwise, it will pick the default one from the parent project. Then the fifth feature is production ready features, which means we can develop production grade application using Spring Boot. Then the last feature is no XML. This thing is very developer friendly because the developer don't want to write XMLs. So in Spring Boot, there is no XML required. Whatever configuration you want to provide, you can provide that in application properties file or in a bean and you can use them. So no XML is required. So these are the features of Spring Boot. In the next video, we will learn what all the concepts we have in Spring Boot like dependency injection and AOP.